We begin on the Capitol Watch, where EMS leaders gave a dark warning today, saying more people will die, especially in rural areas, if change does not happen soon.
That's why a group of emergency medical service leaders hosted a panel highlighting some of the industry's biggest challenges and potential solutions. Abby Davis was there. And Abby, what did you learn from this?
Well, it's still a work in progress, but the Idaho EMS Sustainability Task Force wants to push legislation through this session, making EMS an essential service.
Welcome to EMS 101, and thank you all for being here.
A Monday afternoon panel
We are here presenting to the legislature
about the realities of emergency medical services in Idaho and upcoming legislation. The Idaho EMS Sustainability Task Force hopes addresses those realities.
If we don't do something to help increase funding, to help with recruitment and retention, we're going to see this system fail in the next 5 to 10 years.
Right now, some parts of Idaho, especially rural areas, simply don't have EMS. An issue Ada County Paramedics Chief Sean Rain says making EMS an essential service would help fix.
but it also puts the authority and responsibility on the county commissioners to ensure that in the borders of their county that EMS is being provided.
But Rain called funding for Idaho EMS a hodgepodge.
There are agencies in the state of Idaho that help fund their agency through, believe it or not, bake sales and spaghetti feeds, all the way up to EMS districts like Ada County that have a taxing district.
In Payette County, EMS Chief Rick Funk says they get most of their money from patient insurance.
It's Medicaid, Medicare, but the reimbursement rates on that, as they were talking about in the presentation, aren't the greatest. We have a whole lot of write-offs every year.
Funk says Payette, like other rural EMS agencies, also keeps losing staff to places able to offer large sign-on bonuses.
So that can cause longer response times, and particularly on those critical patients that we've got to get somewhere quick. We may be 30, 40 minutes before we can get a crew out there.
To address those realities, Fremont County Commissioner Blair Dance says lawmakers need to create an EMS fund
and feed that fund with funding from other resources through the state to establish a base of support for EMS that we can pay salaries, pay wages, pay benefits, and keep people full-time.
Last year's legislature passed a resolution asking the Department of Health and Welfare to draft legislation around making EMS an essential service. That's what you just saw. And again, EMS leaders say that they're still working on it. They hope lawmakers come to the table once it gets introduced a little bit later. But again, there isn't a set date for that.
Okay, so I'm curious, how many other states have something like this that lists EMS as an essential service?
Yeah, not very many. I'm told actually only about 13. So Idaho is in the majority.
Oh, wow, that's surprising.
We've done a couple stories on this previously. I know that Andrew Bartline went to Lincoln County. Abby, you've done some stuff. We've done some stuff in Valley County. You can find all those stories at ktvb.com or our KTVB YouTube page.
Yeah, we'll keep following this issue. Abby, thank you.